Emmerdale fans work out, who finds Anya's dead body after glaring hint. Emmerdale viewers are convinced they know who will find Anya's dead body after she was buried illegally, and it's not Moira or Kim. Emmerdale viewers are certain they've figured out who will stumble upon Anya's unlawfully buried body following Monday's episode, November 24th. As regular watchers of the ITV soap will recall, Bear Wolf, played by Joshua Richards, was left heartbroken as he witnessed his friend and fellow captive, Anya, portrayed by Alia Al-Shabibi, pass away due to Celia Daniels, Jay Griffiths, and Ray Walters, Joe Absalom, neglecting to treat her infection. Kim Tate, Claire King, the landlady of the farm, paid a visit but failed to notice that Celia was exploiting a group of slaves, including Bear. Anya had arrived in the village hidden in one of Caleb Milligan's, William Ash, lorries and had been laboring on Celia's farm alongside Bear and several other vulnerable adults. She was briefly taken in by Ruby Milligan, Beth Cordingley, who genuinely cared for Anya and wanted to assist her, but she disappeared. During Monday's visit to the Dales, November 24th, Bear assumed that Ray would arrange a funeral for Anya. However, Ray nonchalantly disposed of her body while devising a plan to get rid of it. Bear was enraged and pinned Ray against the wall, clutching a red bracelet he had taken from Anya's lifeless body. Meanwhile, Celia visited Butler's to discuss business with Moira Dingle, Natalie J. Robb, who was sorting items for donation to the charity shop. Shortly after, Celia found out that Ray had agreed to give Anya a funeral without her consent. She informed Ray that they could arrange a funeral and that he needed to transport Bear and Anya's bodies to a particular location later that evening. Ray collected Bear and Anya's bodies and encountered Celia on farmland owned by the Butlers, reports the Daily Star. The two men subsequently excavated a grave and positioned Anya's body within it, oblivious at that moment that the blanket covering the woman's corpse actually belonged to Moira. Bear also fastened Anya's bracelet to a tree to mark her final resting place. However, in a surprising development, Emmerdale viewers are now convinced Ruby will recognize Anya's bracelet and subsequently discover the shallow grave, which will lead her to uncover the deceased body. Writing on Facebook, one person wondered, "Ooh, I wonder if Ruby finds Anya's ribbon that Bear tied to the tree." A second added, "Oh yes. I hope she does. I don't like this storyline. I want Bear to realize they are bad people." On Reddit, a third chimed in, "My thoughts exactly. I just can't imagine Ruby walking through Butler's, and would anyone else take notice of the ribbon? Although I'm sure they'll think of a reason for her to be there if needed. Maybe Ruby spots an unmarked grave and thinks it's Anthony's, but spots the bracelet she gave Anya," suggested a fan. "That's what I was thinking too. I remember Caleb got that bit of land from Kim a while ago, and wondered maybe Ruby could be on the fields for something to do with that? But it was too focused on to be nothing, I think," explained another.